Hello friends, welcome to Research Your Food Knowledge platform. My name is Prashanth, I'm a qualified food engineer and a nutritionist. So in this video, I'm going to analyze the nutrition facts of yam. Okay, so yam is one of the most popular staple foods in the world, and it is especially very popular in African region, right? So let's look at the introduction first of all. So basically, if you see, yams are tubers. Actually, they belong to the category of tubers, and if you see other tubers, potatoes, sweet potatoes, cassava, all these are tubers, right? And these are basically native to Africa, Asia, and the Americas, especially Caribbean, right? So the next thing is, this is one of the very important staple foods in Africa, right? So if you see the statistics, more than 98% of the world's production is basically happening in the African continent, okay? And Nigeria is by far the largest producer of yam in the world, right? So coming to the nutrition facts of yam, so we are going to see basically yam is cooked in multiple ways, right? It can be cooked in by boiling, or it can be baked, or it can be fried, or it can be used as a powder form also, right? So we are going to see a boiled form of yam, because that is the most popular way of consuming this tuber, right? So if you look at the nutrition facts as on the screen, basically we are taking 1 cup cubes of cooked yam, boiled yam basically, which is about 136 grams, right? So, and there is also percentage on the left side, and exact quantities on the right side, right, in the table. So if you see, since it is cooked, like most of the, the composition of cooked yam is water, like close to 70% of the cooked yam is water, right? And the next thing is carbohydrates. Like if you take most of the tubers, right, they have high amount of carbohydrate. They are basically carbohydrate rich foods, right? Primarily starch, right? So many people are confused between yam and sweet potato, right? But generally yam has more amount of starch, right? Whereas sweet potatoes have more sugars actually, right? So here we have a very high amount of starch, right? And good thing is that yam contains a very good amount of dietary fiber also, right? Which is good for your gut health, which can slow down the absorption of food. So that is good for diabetics and pre-diabetics, right? So it has about 3.9% dietary fiber, and basically when you compare yam with other cereals, like for example rice, right? Rice is consumed by close to half of the world's population, right? So white rice, if you take, it has very little amount of dietary fiber, less than 1% actually. So, and this yam is definitely much better than rice. But if you look at other cereals like wheat or corn, they have higher amount of fiber, right? So compared to rice, it is definitely better in terms of dietary fiber. But when we look at the next things, for example, the fat content and protein, it's very low, right? See, there is a very bad opinion, wrong opinion about fat, that any kind of fat is bad for health, but it's not like that, because we need certain essential fatty acids, and we need at least about 15 to 20% of our total calorie content should come from fat actually. It is also very important, right? So, and most of the fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E, K, these vitamins are present in fatty foods and foods with fat, right? So unfortunately this product, cooked yam, has very little amount of fat, as you can see, just 0.14%, right, which is almost like non-existent. And even the protein quantity is very low. 1.5% is like very low actually. So coming to the fat, because what happens is, many times this yam, even though it is boiled, after that it is cooked with palm oil or different kinds of oils, right? So the fat content can be added later, but in case of protein, it's very low, right? So luckily, most of the times this yam is consumed with stews, right? Maybe with meat or fish, or with different kinds of animal based products, which is actually necessary, right? Because if you take growing children, okay, so growing children consuming cooked yam as a staple can be very problematic, because when they are growing, they need a very good amount of protein, and especially essential amino acids, right? So essential amino acids are amino acids that our body cannot make. There are 9 essential amino acids. So coming to the yam, it already has very low amount of protein, right? And even the essential amino acid composition is also not that good, right? So depending on yam as a staple and as a main food source, especially for growing children, can be problematic. So definitely these category of people need to add other protein rich sources like poultry products, meat, or even soya, milk products that are rich in protein, right? That is one of the biggest weaknesses of yam, right? And coming to the energy, if you take 1 cup of cooked yam, it has about 158 calories or 661 kilojoules, which is like moderate. It's not very high, it's not very low also, right? So that's the overall chemical composition or nutritional facts of cooked yam. And coming to the micronutrients, especially vitamins and minerals, these are very important for us, right? Though they are needed for us in very small amounts, but these are very important for us. So yam is basically a very good source of copper, manganese, potassium, and vitamin C, right? As you can see on the screen, copper is a cofactor of several enzymes, and it is also very important in making red blood cells, and even the absorption of iron is supported by copper. And manganese is very important for strong bones, and potassium is very important, right? In the modern world, we are consuming actually very less potassium and very high amount of sodium, right? Because a lot of the processed foods, packaged foods, and different kinds of food products that we consume on a daily basis, they have very high amount of sodium, right? The problem with sodium is close to about 30% of the population is sensitive to sodium, and high sodium consumption can increase the risk of heart problems, especially blood pressure, and over a period of time it leads to cardiovascular problems also. Whereas this potassium can actually offset, it can fight back the negative effects of sodium, right? Which is very good. And it has a good, very good amount of vitamin C also, which is very important for strengthening your immune system, right? And definitely it has a moderately good amount of vitamins like B vitamins like B1, B5, and B9. And magnesium is also present in moderate amount. So finally, what I would like to say is, I would not say that this is the perfect food that you can consume as a staple each and every day. So it has a good amount of calories, but the problem is the protein content and the fat content is very less. And even if you see the vitamins and minerals, most of the vitamins and minerals are actually missing, right? So as you can see, it doesn't contain almost fat soluble vitamins. A, D, E, K is either non-existent or is very low, right? And there are multiple types of nutrients, even minerals, that are missing in this. And the good thing is definitely it has good amount of fiber, but at the same time it has very low amount of protein and amino acids, essential amino acids especially. So I would say that if you're consuming yam as a staple on a regular basis, try to couple it with protein rich sources and nutrient rich sources, right? Like it can be, you can add nuts to your diet, you can add milk products, especially low fat milk products like cheese, and you can also add soya to your diet, and even poultry products like eggs, chicken. These are very important, and you can club these products with yam so that the overall composition improves, right? So I think you got the point about this yam. And if you have any questions regarding food science, nutrition, and preventive healthcare, feel free to ask those questions. And thanks a lot for watching, and we hope to see you in our next video. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? Thanks a lot.